All right, fifth grade math today. We have lesson 98, temperature. Make sure you have your notebook. Make sure you have your pencil. Here is a picture of a thermometer, all right? We don't really use these a whole lot today. You just look it up online what the temperature is, or it's on your phone, but it's important for you to know how to read these. So you will notice looking at this thermometer that there's not every line here is not marked with a number. So that means you kind of have to fill those in or figure out what number each of these lines represent. And here's how you do that. You can see you have minus 10 here is this long line. And then you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So each one of these then we know that represents 1 degree. So if I'm trying to read the temperature on this thermostat here, I can see that line lines up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 away from negative 10, or if I count the other way, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means that this would be showing me negative 4 degrees Celsius. Don't forget the label Celsius, okay? Let's take a look at an example here. It says the high temperature for the day was 6 degrees Celsius. The thermometer shows the low temperature during the night. How many degrees are there between the high and low temperatures? All right, so if the high was 6 degrees Celsius and the low temperature is what this shows me right now, it's asking me how many degrees between. So I need to find the difference. Find the difference, that means I need to subtract. Okay, so I have 6 degrees Celsius, and this is the low. Well, let's see. Not every number is labeled. That means I need to figure out what each of these little lines means here. Okay, so if this is minus 20 and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 of them, that takes me to minus 10. That means each of them would be worth 2. So negative 10, negative 12, negative 14, negative 16, negative 18, negative 20. Okay, so I know each of those is worth 2. So the low temperature here would be right at that mark, so negative 10, negative 12. All right, so we have a positive 6 as our high and a negative 12 as our low temperature. I need to find the difference here. So there's a few ways you could do that. You have it marked here, negative 12. You can make a mark next to the positive 6, 2, 4, 6. And then you could kind of count what's in between. So seeing my difference here, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 would be my difference. So difference of 18 degrees. That's one way to do it. Or another way to do it is you could count how far away it is from 0. So that would be 6 degrees away from 0. That would be 12 degrees away from 0. And those two meet in the middle at 0. So you could do 6 and 12, which would give me, once again, 18 degrees Celsius. So that would be the difference between those two. Wait, here's another example. The highest temperature recorded in Death Valley is 134 degrees Fahrenheit. The lowest temperature recorded is 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Estimate the difference in the temperatures. So if I'm estimating, that means I can change the numbers a little bit. Go ahead and try this example on your own. Pause the video. All right, so I'm estimating, so I'm going to change the numbers a little bit. Instead of 134, let's do 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And then I have 15, so 15 is easy to work with. 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And then subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. And I have the 1. So 120 degrees Fahrenheit would be the difference, about 120 degrees. So if you got that right, nice work. Let's go on to the next one. All right, Julius recorded All right, it says Julius recorded the daily high and low temperatures in the desert for a week in the table below. So here's all the data. What was the median temperature for that week? Median would be the number in the middle. So what you would have to do for A is you'd have to list out all the different temperatures for the week, the highs, and then you have to find the one in the middle. So I'll demonstrate that for you right here. There we go, I made it smaller. I'll have a little bit of space to work with. All right, so high temperatures. Start with the lowest one and work your way up. So lowest one I see is 20. So 20. Next I see 25. Next I see 30. Next I see 32. And another 32. And 40. And 45. Now I need to find the number in the middle of all those. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means right here, this is your median then would be 32 degrees Celsius. All right, let's go on to B. What was the mode of the low temperature? So now I'm looking at the low temperatures here. Mode would be the number that repeats the most. That's the mode. So that's easy. I don't even need to list them out like this. I can just check. Let's see, I only have 111, I have 113. But if I look here, I can see I have 15, 15, 15. So that means the mode would be 15 degrees Celsius. All right, and then C, what was the range of the temperatures for the week? So the range is you take the biggest number and the smallest number and find the difference. Range of temperatures for the week. So that means like high and low. So I'm going to take the highest high and the lowest low and find the difference. So let me erase all this. Now I can find it. So biggest number I see is the 45 here. Smallest number I see is the 11. So you find the difference between those two. 45 minus 11 gives me 4 and a 3. So it'd be 34 degrees Celsius. Give me an answer for that one. That's all for lesson 98 on temperature. Your assignment will be the lesson practice, and then you'll have the even numbered problems because it's an even numbered lesson.